Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible in 1 year, day 48, Numbers 29 through 31. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell. That way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video, and also comment, even if it's thank you, thumbs up, hi, whatever. It helps with the algorithm. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so sometimes when I see big words, I get a little confused. Just bear with me. And here we go. Numbers chapter 29. And in the seventh month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord, one young bullock, one ram, and 7 lambs for the first year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deal of bullock, and 2/10 deal for a ram, and 1/10 deal for a lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Besides the burnt offerings of the month, and the meat offerings, and the daily burnt offerings, and his meat offerings, and the drink offerings, according to their manner, for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month a holy convocation, and it shall afflict your souls. You shall not do any work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs for the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offerings shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals to a bullock, and 2/10 deals to 1 ram, a several tenth deal for 1 lamb, according to the 7 lambs, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offerings of it, and the drink offerings. And of the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work, and shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. And ye shall burn it up, and ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord, 13 young bullock, 2 rams, and 14 lambs for the first year. They shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto every bullock, unto the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals to every ram of the 2 rams, and a several tenth deal of each lamb of the 14 lambs. And 1 kid for the goats for a sin offering, besides the continually burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 2nd day you shall offer a 12 young bullock, 2 ram, 14 lambs of the first year without spot, and the meat offerings and their drink offerings for the bullocks and for the rams, and for the lambs it shall be according to their number after the manner. 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and their meat offering thereof, and their drink offering. And the 3rd day 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs for the first year without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering. And on the 4th day 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offerings and their drink offerings for the bullocks, and for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offerings, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 5th day of the 9th bullock, 2 rams and 14 lambs for the first year without spot, with their meat offerings and their drink offerings for the bullocks, and for the rams, for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 6th day 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And on their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the seventh day 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offerings and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for the sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 8th day you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no severe work therein. But you shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for the sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and for a meat offering and his drink offering. These things shall you do unto the Lord in your set feasts, besides your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Numbers chapter 30. And Moses spoke unto the heads of the tribes concerning their children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow and her bond, wherewith she had bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vow shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. But her father disallow her the day that he heareth not any of her vows or her bonds, wherewith she bound her soul, shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her, because his father disallowed her. And she shall had all a husband, and when she vowed or uttered aught out of his lips, wherewith she bounded her soul. And her husband heard it, and held his peace at her the day that he heard it, and her vows shall stand, and her bounds within, wherewith she bound her soul, which shall stand. But if her husband disallows her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow, which she vowed, that she uttered her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, in none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her. But every vow of a widow and her that is divorced, wherewithin they have bound their soul, shall stand against her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound in her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband hears it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then at her vow shall stand, and every bond within, wherewith she bound her soul, shall stand. But if her husband has utterly made them void in the day he heard them, then whatever proceedeth out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband has made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, on her husband may make it void. But if her husband altogether hold his peace from her from day to day, then he established all her vows, or her bonds which are upon her. He comforted them, because he held his peace at her the day that he heard them. But he shall in any ways make them void after all that he had heard them, but he shall bear her iniquity. These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses, between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house. Numbers chapter 31. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites, afterward shalt thou greatly gather into thy people. And Moses spoke to the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves in the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord in Midian. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall you send to war. So they were delivered out of the 1,000 of Israel, 1,000 for every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to war, 1,000 for every tribe, them and Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest to war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, and the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. And they slew the king of Midian, besides the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Rebekah, and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also, the son of Beor, they slew him with a sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captive, and their little ones, and took the spoils of their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all the cities wherewithin they dwell, and all their goodly castles, with fire. And they took all the spoils of all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives to the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, and to the camp of the plains of Moab, which are in Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of congregation, went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands, and the captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, Have you saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel throughout the council of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the manner of Peor, and there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that has known man by lying with her. But all the women and children who have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourself. And do abide without the camp 7 days. Whatsoever has killed any person, and whosoever has touched any slain, purify both yourself and your captives in the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And purify your raiments and all that is made of skins, and all the work of goat's hair, and all the things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold, and the silver, and the brass, and the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that abideth the fire, you shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, and all that abideth not in the fire shall make it go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be clean, and afterward you shall come into the camp. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. And levy a tribute unto the Lord to the men of war which went out of battle, 1 soul of 5,500, both of the persons and of the beeves, and of the asses and of the sheep. Take out their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest, for a heave offering to the Lord. And the children of Israel half thought they should take 1 portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, and the asses, and the flocks, and of all manner of beasts, and give them to the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the booty being the rest of the prey, which the men of the war had caught, was 600,000, 70,500 sheep, and the threescore and 12,000 beeves, and 61,000 asses, and 32,000 persons in all, of women that had not known a man by lying with him. And of the half which was the portion of them that went out to war was in number 300,000, 30,500 sheep. And the Lord's tribute to the sheep was 615. And the beeves were 36,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 12. And the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 1. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute which was the Lord's heave offering unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. And of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred, not half that pertained to the congregation was 300,000, and 30,000, and 7,500 sheep, and 36,000 beeves, 30,000 asses, and 500, and 16,000 persons. Even the children of Israel's half, Moses of 1 portion of 50, both of men and of beasts, which gave them to the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the offices which were over the thousands of hosts, the captains of thousands, the captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses. And they said unto Moses, Thou servant hast taken the sum of the men of war, which are under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us. We have therefore bought an oblation to the Lord, what every man has gotten of jewels of gold, chains and bracelets, rings, earrings, and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels, and the gold of the offering that they offered unto the Lord, of the captains of the thousands, and the captains of the hundreds, were 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold from the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and have brought them to the tabernacle of the congregation for a memorial of the children of Israel before the Lord. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, like the video, and also comment. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible in 1 Year study. The top left is going to be a playlist I think is going to benefit you. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube thinks you're going to like. If you know that somebody might benefit from this, please share it with them. You can also share it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.